favorite band, Swiss from Switzerland, technical thrash band Coroner. Finally, they've been talking about a new album from, way before
Yeah,
the pandemic. They keep popping up for years now, like doing odd shows, and so they've stayed together. So it sort of supported the thought that we'd have a new album, and so finally the band posted to their Facebook site that they've already recorded 8 tracks that are all done.
sweet.
So yeah, I think that's really cool. I mean, they're not giving us too much about what it sounds like. He kind of said, it sounds. They said it sounds like Coroner, but a little more mature. They said there's lots of technical parts in it, as you would expect, but at the same time, it's more song oriented. It's not just
Hmm.
about all the technicality. So, and he threw in like there's some weird stuff as well. So, and not only did they announce that, but they actually posted on their Facebook site. You can get to an interview. So the band actually did an interview and talked about the album and their career, and so I think that's kind of interesting for folks to check out if you're a Coroner fan. And just really fast, wood spinning. I'm not going to talk about it because we did a whole podcast on it, but this finally arrived for me.
Nice.
Cool.
I've been
Awesome.
waiting for it to come. It was a special order. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying the album. The artwork's pretty cool, of course. We talked
Yeah.
about that, kind of the back. But one thing I thought that was pretty cool was the center label. Uh,
Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Cool.
so when you put it on your record player, you're kind of watching the mascot. So that kind of stood out as being pretty cool. But yeah, that's it. That's all I had.
Cool.
and Ken, how about you?
Yeah, well, a couple items. This Billy suggested this earlier, so I wasn't aware of it, but so I went back and looked it up, and that Overkill finally revealed a new drummer, Jeremy Kling from Venom Inc., who's replacing Jason Bittner. Uh, the good thing about this is that Jason's leaving is a good sign because it looks like he's gone back to the Shadows Fall camp, and they are in the process of doing a couple reunion shows, and from what I'm understanding, a new album finally. So I'm very happy to hear about that one. That one kind of works for me. I wasn't a big Venom Inc. fan, but that's cool. I mean, they finally got a drummer that who can go on the live set with them, so that's a good thing.
Wicked.
And then this one's for you, Jim. You're gonna love this one. So I just saw this the other day. So Michael Sweet has come out and said he's not a Metallica fan,
Yes.
and he says he couldn't even name one song that he likes. I'm like, what a douchebag. I'm sorry that I don't know. It's like, come on, dude. Like, why are you shooting on Metallica? It's like, give me a break. Ah, God. It's like you can't take, you can't shut the fuck up. God.
Well, my buddy K-Man out of the UK, he wrote he can't even name one song.
Yeah.
Like it's like so funny. It's like, come on, you were around all through this. I know the article, and then the funny thing was, as you said, I read his comment as he was explaining himself because he got so much backlash from it that like I didn't mean it as an insult. It's just
Yeah.
I just
Sure you
never, it's
did.
not my type of music, which is kind of weird because I mean they're the biggest selling probably metal band of all time, and especially when Stryper was big, they were huge. So just kind of weird.
Yeah, it was. I don't understand why it felt like a slag to me, but
Yeah.
like, come on, dude. I mean, they're the biggest band on the planet. Whether you like them or not, it's who cares? I mean, but
Yeah.
you can't deny their contribution. Like, it's just stupid.
No.
It's so silly. It sounds like professional jealousy to me, but
Oh yeah, and I think I kind of got out of it that he was comparing like our new albums doing is going to do really well. Like Metallica, okay, I may not have been a big fan of their last album, but that album sold really, really well
yep,
and huge.
yep,
And look at the sold out double night stadium tour that they've been doing
yep.
for almost 2 years now. Like, wow. Stryper had to, I don't know, cancel the tour because they couldn't get a van and gas and stuff. So like, give me a break.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you. But that's all I have for tonight. The only thing I've been spinning is just going back and listening to Suicidal Tendency albums just to kind of. I haven't listened in a long time, so
Cool.
I just went back to just to kind of hear an old friend kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Well, what I'm spinning is kind of interesting that so I picked up Evil Dead
Yes,
Anarchy
good
in the
album.
United States. So I finally got it, and I got it at a good price. So it went on sale. It was like one of these Amazon sales where they only had like 6 and you had to buy it right away or you weren't going to get it. So I was missing that. And it's funny, I still need to get the latest one that Billy got. But I was able to get that, and this album absolutely kicks
Yeah,
ass.
it's
I
a good
love it.
album. Yeah.
That's what I love about this podcast, because we go over so many albums and you do so much kind of work to look at the whole catalog that you realize, oh wow, I've been missing this. I might have been missing the whole band, or I'm missing
Yeah.
this album, and you get back into it. Usually I'll stream, but I always buy. So
Mhm.
it's pretty interesting that you're able to do that, and I hope a lot of the people listening definitely, especially new fans, at least stream it and then get out, maybe pick up some copies. But I also, I got Nile this week as
Yeah,
well
I got
too.
that on the weekend as well.
Yeah. Death
Cool.
metal, but still their brand new release, and it absolutely is brutal.
It's
It's
really good. Yeah.
awesome. Great. I mean, I love thrash is probably my number one metal genre, closely followed by death metal. So,
Mhm.
and I also picked up the third last Ingested album
Oh,
here
cool.
as well, which the Surreption 2, which I'm loving. This this British death metal band is phenomenal. And their latest album that was out this year, I can't even remember the name of it, is just phenomenal. I mean, I've been playing this nonstop and
That
just
cover
going
is really
crazy.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, the cover's wicked. And
Yeah.
the only news I have was interesting. I think it was on Blabbermouth. They were talking about Steve Harris from Iron Maiden,
Yep.
just
Yep.
commenting that there is no new Iron Maiden stuff in the works right now, and they haven't done anything, which maybe I
It's
can
weird.
understand, because Bruce has been doing his solo album, which has been highly successful, and I know they're getting ready for the part of their tour there, where I think they're heading to actually they're heading to Canada
Yeah.
in the fall, as well as some U.S. states, and I know they're heading down to Australia and that, so they're getting ready for a big leg of their tour. But why would you announce that? Like, why would that be announced? I mean, it was 2020 when Senjutsu came out, so they're definitely due for an album. So it kind of makes me wonder if there's maybe a hidden message in there that they are working on stuff, and maybe
Well,
they've got something ready soon.
I've read that same article. He did add at the end. He goes, "Now that doesn't mean there won't be."
You're right.
So I'm assuming it's like, okay, so you're saying you're not having it, but there might be. So it's like it's maybe a bit of misdirection. I don't know. It was a weird. You're right. It was a weird article.
Yeah, because I don't understand why you would do an article. I mean, it's great. Iron Maiden's in the news no matter what, because they're getting,
Yeah.
I mean, you got Bruce doing his solo stuff, and it's just, I don't know if his tour's finished now, but I think it might be still going on in the UK and in Europe. And then I know, and then Maiden's getting set. I think they're in Montreal and Toronto I think that's this November, October.
Yeah.
And
It's
yeah,
it's November, I think.
yeah. So that's pretty. It's kind of funny that news kind of hit like that. I just found it kind of weird and kind of cryptic in a way, but we'll see.
But
Hopefully,
those ticket prices in Toronto are
yeah.
insane. They're like $500.
Oh yeah, I can
It's
imagine.
like, are you insane?
Yeah.
No thanks. I'll pass.
Hmm. Well, this might be controversial, but based on the last two Maiden albums, I'm not losing any sleep if it takes them
Yeah,
another
yeah.
couple years, right? I'm still sleeping from listening to those two overbloated albums, but I obviously have some good songs, but too
Yeah.
many 10-minute songs. They could
Yeah.
have all
Yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
cut down. So yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not losing any sleep over it.
Fair
Cool.
enough.
Do we have got anything else, guys? Anything else?
Nah.
Just
No.
a quick call out there. I went to a Green Jello concert on Friday night here in Halifax. We don't get a lot of acts. I got a hat. Had a terrific time. Just a shout out to the band and to the promoter that did it. Put on a great show. It was in a brewery. Anybody who gets a chance to check out Green Jelly or Green Jello, depending on what they're going with, definitely a fun show, worth the money. Go check it out. You'll have a fantastic time. And it's all about, the main singer, the main leader of the band, Bill Manspeaker, he kind of totes himself as the punk rock puppet master. So that gives you an idea that it's a really interactive show, and you'll just have a great time. Everybody gets a chance to go. They should definitely support it. It was really, really cool.